is the QTV Nightly News, and I am Loliam Kamara. Thank you for joining us. And a reminder that you can also join us on Q Radio 103.3 FM. Here are the headlines. The Gambia's Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow is leading a high-level delegation to Azawa, Turkmenistan, for the third UN Conference on Landlocked Developing Countries, which is end today, Friday. Continuing his mini tour of small and medium-sized enterprises and manufacturing sites in the West Coast region on Wednesday, Trade Minister Babukar Ojuv and his delegation visited Gambia's poultry farm in Basuri village. In a significant breakthrough, the Gambia MRC Gambia has uncovered vital clues that could accelerate the development for an effective vaccine against Streptococcus pyogenes, commonly known as Strep A, is a leading cause of serious illness and mortality among children globally. The former Registrar General Aliu Jallow on Wednesday reappeared before Special Select Committee investigating the disposal of these assets of ex-President Janneh. In international news, at a UN Security Council meeting, Sierra Leone's ambassador to the UN, Michael Imran Kanu, delivered a statement on behalf of the A3+ nations, expressing deep concern over rising insecurity, political instability, and humanitarian crises in West Africa and the Sahel. Those were the headlines. Now the news in detail. The Gambia's Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow is leading a high-level delegation to Azawa, Turkmenistan, for the third UN Conference on Landlocked Developing Countries (LLDCs), which ends today, Friday. The conference offers world leaders and experts a chance to explore solutions and forge partnerships to unlock the potential of the LLDCs for a more equitable and prosperous future. Aliu reports.
Although the Gambia is not landlocked, Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow emphasized the country's strategic position as a coastal least developed country with close trade and transit ties to landlocked neighbors in the West African sub-region. Vice President Jallow also co-chaired thematic roundtable 2 on the theme Seizing the Transformative Potential of Trade, Trade Facilitation and Regional Integration for LLDCs, focused on boosting inclusive and sustainable trade. VP Jallow underscored the Awaza program of actions goals, including doubling LLDC export by 2034, enhancing trade diversification, reducing port delays, and expanding digital trade.
It aims to increase intra-regional trade and to reduce port and border times and costs with improved transit means. To achieve these goals, the Azawa program of action contains important commitments for development partners, for transit countries, and for LLDCs themselves. Only by all working together can we deliver these aspirations to ensure that no country and no person is held back as a result of geography.
He also set out the key actions the summit aims to address.
Key actions include supporting working together to ensure the full implementation of the WTO Trade Facilitation Agreement. Others involve taking steps to strengthen and deeper regional and sub-regional integration initiative. Critical will be efforts for greater investment in digital trade and e-commerce, which offer profound opportunities to use digital means to overcome traditional physical barriers to development.
As a result of lacking direct sea access, landlocked developed countries face hurdles in trade, connectivity, and development. Without coastal ports, they rely on transit nations, causing high trade costs and delays. Despite challenges, LLDCs host vibrant communities with untapped potential. For instance, countries like Mali depend on sea access neighbors like the Gambia as a transit for importation. VP Jallow explained one specific change the Gambia has made, which could be a lesson for others to learn from.
In the Gambia, with the port concession that we have engaged, we are trying to make efforts to reduce the waiting times of ships. I think we have been able to reduce it from for 10 days to now a maximum of 2 days. I think that will help the landlocked neighboring countries in the sub-region.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said the goal is to identify solutions that can break down the barriers LDCs face and restore fairness in global development. We gather today to reaffirm a fundamental truth: geography should never define destiny, the UN chief declared. According to the UN Development Programme, of the 32 landlocked developed countries worldwide, 16 are in Africa, 10 in Asia, 4 in Europe, and 2 in Latin America. Together, they are home to over 500 million people. Rabab Fatima, Under-Secretary General and High Representative for the LDCs and Small Island Development States, said freedom of transit for LDCs must be ensured not just in principles but in practice. As the world awaits the outcomes of the conference, it is hoped that the commitments made at this conference will be translated into action to better realize the objective of the convergence. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Continuing his mini tour of small and medium-sized enterprises and manufacturing sites in the West Coast region on Wednesday, Trade Minister Baboucarr Ojuf and his delegation visited Gambia Poultry Farm in Bassuri village. More in this report. At Gambia Poultry Farm, discussions centered on production and productivity. This youth-led enterprise employs approximately 10 people and manages around 10,000 birds, with daily egg production averaging between 250 and 275 eggs. The farm proprietor and officials discussed the benefits of integrating the farm into the National Poultry Dealers Association, which could enhance access to credit, enable bulk purchasing of inputs, and improve market linkages. Omar Baji, Director for Investment and SME at the Ministry of Trade, stated that the ministry is currently reviewing its industrial policy and developing a new industrial and diversification strategy. He emphasized the importance of enhancing domestic production and provide further details on a recent cabinet decision regarding poultry protective measures.
Actual cabinet approval to come with a protective measure. But then now we can't just jump and do that protective measure. So what we are trying to do is to do a study to know the local production. So we want to do a comprehensive data mining to go throughout the country and see what are they producing. Then from there we will do an informed decision to the minister to start the implementation of the policy. So it may be a complete ban, it may be a quota system, depending on how much we are producing and how much we are consuming. Because if you look at our imports, close to 7 million birds on average are imported to the Gambia annually. So we have to look at that vis-a-vis our local production.
Ansumana Sambu, an employee at GamX Farm, shared that he was deported back to the Gambia in 2019. After returning, he attempted to start his own poultry business but was unsuccessful. He later joined GamEggs and highlighted challenges they face in marketing their products and sourcing feed for the birds. He called for increased government support to address these issues.
For us to sell our eggs here, sometimes it becomes a big challenge to us here because of these importations. It is very important for the government to help the youths so that we can venture into poultry farm, because when we have more poultry farm here, we can be able to stop this importation of eggs to the Gambia.
This is what the Minister of Trade, Baboucarr Ojuf, has to say about GamEggs Farm.
What I came in to understand what we may do as a government to support them. For instance, the production of feed is a priority for government, because we know if we're able to control the cost of the feed, the cost of production will go down and the cost of eggs will go down. Then you don't even need to ban eggs from coming, into the country. Once you have a price that is comparative, Gambians want to eat, local chicken, they want to eat local eggs. We're working towards that. And this is one of the reasons I went to this place today, to see what possibilities there are for the gentleman to scale up production, move into other aspects of the value chain.
Officials expressed their commitment to implementing supportive policies and attracting investment to help register companies, enabling them to expand their reach and sell products across Africa and beyond. For QTV News, Loliam Kamara. Streptococcus pyogenes, commonly known as Strep A, is leading cause of serious illness and mortality among children globally. In a significant breakthrough, the MRC Gambia has uncovered vital clues that could accelerate the development of an effective vaccine against this dangerous bacterium. Mamna Bukar has the rest of that story.
The study, funded by the Wellcome Trust and supported by the Gambian Ministry of Health, was carried out in the urban town of Sukuta, where more than 400 individuals from 44 households were monitored for more than a year, with field teams working closely with families to collect samples and track symptoms. The findings indicate that children under the age of 2 are frequently exposed to Strep A, while those with higher levels of specific antibodies are better protected against contracting the infection. This provides increased optimism for the development of an effective vaccine against various strains. Strep A can cause various infections ranging from mild conditions like strep throat to more serious ones like pneumonia. It is a silent killer responsible for over 500,000 deaths annually, many of which are linked to rheumatic heart disease. In the Gambia, frequent exposure to Strep A starts in infancy. Researchers discovered that nearly 1 in 4 infants had already been exposed to the bacteria by their first birthday, with skin infections occurring at a higher rate than sore throats. By focusing on the Gambia, the study aims to offer critical data that will inform a vaccine design that is both effective and relevant to the communities that suffer severely from Strep A. This breakthrough by the MRC unit, the Gambia, is considered a major leap forward that should encourage vaccine manufacturers to invest in Strep A vaccines, and provides hope that soon, affected communities in the Gambia will be protected by a vaccine. If this happens, it could save countless children's lives worldwide through faster vaccine development and improved prevention strategies. Mamna Buka, reporting for QTV News.
We'll now go for a commercial break. When we return, we have more national and international news stories. Do stay tuned and join us after the break.
Supersonics Islamic Insurance, the Gambia's first digital insurance provider, brings innovation, convenience, and Sharia compliance to your doorstep. We offer a wide range of general insurance services, ensuring peace of mind and protection for what matters most. Whether at home, on the go, or in business, experience the difference with Supersonics Islamic Insurance Company Limited. Contact us today, +220-5132-319, 5132-318, or 5132-315. Email us info@supersonicsinsurance.com or on our website www.supersonicsinsurance.com, or visit us at Bega Plaza 56 Liberation Avenue, Banjul.
At Ajib Bank, we are more than banking. We build bridges that connect you to pivotal services every day. Do you have government bills to pay to the Gambia Revenue Authority, Comfort, KMC, or the Accountant General's Department? We've got you covered. From payment of customs and domestic taxes to GRA, payment of number plate and vehicle ownership transfer to Comfort, payment of property rates and business license fee to KMC, and payment of MR passport, business registration, fishing license, land fees, sale of assets, lease application, development permits, quarrying royalties, gravel and sand, mining royalties, and a host of other revenue lines to the Accountant General's Department. Walk into any of our branches nationwide and make your payments hassle-free. Either in person or online. Simple, secure, and immediate. With Ajib Bank, there is no need to worry about government bill payments for your vehicles, taxes, licenses, business registration, and any other revenue line. Ajib Bank, passionate about your investment. We've got you covered. Ajib Bank, your investment partner.
Join your biggest network with the cheapest tariff in the Gambia and enjoy crystal clear calls and super fast internet at the cheapest tariff, only with QCell. Rush now and grab your free QCell SIM card today from any of our care centers near you. QCell, our biggest network with the cheapest tariff. QCell Senior Boss. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back, and this is QTV News. The former Registrar General Aliu Jalloh on Wednesday reappeared before Special Select Committee investigating the disposal of the assets of ex-President Janneh. His testimony focused mainly on his role and reports on the sale of cattle, topics on which others had also given testimony. And Sumane Sonyasi followed his testimony and he now reports.
Mr. Jalloh testified that after the sale of the cattle, he wrote a memo to the former Solicitor General to formally report the sheriff sale of the livestock. When questioned by counsel about the contents of the memo, the former registrar revealed that it included details of the sale, the proceeds generated, and the individuals involved in conducting the transaction.
Were you keeping track of the number of cattle being sold?
No, I was not.
You were not?
No.
So eventually, when the bailiff that prepared this, it is recorded by Alaji Kasama bailiff, when he prepared this document and you signed it, did you verify the figures?
No, I did not verify these figures. I just signed because they have endorsed it. They prepared their document.
You were asked to sign and you signed?
Yes, I signed it.
Testifying further, Mr. Jalloh admitted that he could not recall whether the exact amount generated from the sales was included in his memo. He was, however, informed that despite the committee's request for the memo to be submitted to the National Assembly, the clerk had yet to receive a copy. While he promised to search for the document and provide it if found, Mr. Jalloh maintained that he had indeed sent a copy to both the Solicitor General and the Attorney General.
I participated in the sales. I helped them very well.
Mr. Jalloh, I am not even going to dispute whether you helped them very well or not.
Yes.
Mr. Jalloh, my issue here is you had instructions that said go and observe, but you went to the point. Not only did you observe, you gathered cattle. You did not stop there. Mr. Jalloh, you priced cattle, and then you also went on to sign a report, records of sales by the Honorable Sheriff. You, that is working for another arm of government, you decided to, witness a document of the Honorable Sheriff.
Meanwhile, the witness also clarified Mr. Amadou Kora's controversial role in the disposal of Janneh's assets, alleging Mr. Kora was assisting the sheriff during the sale of the cattle and not the registrar. The witness was further questioned about his involvement, including his apparent reluctance to disclose certain details about his role during that period.
Was Mr. Kora a buyer?
I wouldn't know.
Did he buy any cattle in your presence?
Not to my knowledge. I'm not aware. I did not see him buy.
So you were there standing, and then Mr. Kora appeared before you and told you that
he can help.
He can help.
So I introduced him to the sheriff, and then they accepted him.
That's quite random, Mr. Jalloh, isn't it?
I wouldn't know. For me, it's not. For me, it's
that is your first time meeting somebody you never met, just came up to you and said, I can help you with pricing. And you said, all right, let me introduce him to the sheriff.
It's the first time I met him. I never knew him before.
Mr. Jalloh also confirmed his presence at the sales ground and informed the committee that he took an inventory of the cattle. However, when questioned by counsel about why he had signed a report containing figures that did not match his inventory, Mr. Jalloh initially insisted that the figures were consistent. He later conceded discrepancies after being presented with documents before the committee that revealed these inconsistencies. Answane Sonyansi for QTV News.
The Gambia Chess Federation is embarking on a major push to popularize chess in the Gambia. Their efforts have been given a major boost after the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, MOPSI, recently signed a memorandum of understanding with the NGO Chess in Gambian schools and communities to integrate chess into the school curriculum as a learning and development tool. Usman Jada looks at these recent moves.
Chess, which is considered a game and a sport, is making a strategic comeback in the Gambia, not just as a game, but as a tool for education and empowerment. The Gambia's Chess Federation was founded in 1976, and by 1978, the Gambia had joined the World Chess Federation, commonly referred to by its French acronym FIDE. At the signing of the MOU with MOPSI, Christiana Berjane Aziz, co-founder of the Chess in Gambian Schools and Communities NGO, highlighted the importance of introducing the game into the education system.
Chess is more than just a game. It's an educational tool that teaches critical thinking, problem solving, focus, patience. Our goal is to empower students through the beauty of chess and provide inclusive and inspiring learning spaces.
The MOU between MOPSI, chess in Gambian schools and communities paves the way for chess to be introduced into extracurricular programs nationwide. Louis Moses Mendy, the permanent secretary at the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, welcomed the partnership, calling for more collaboration to promote sports across the country.
The sports that are competed on so far includes robotics, it includes volleyball, basketball, and chess. Here we are. So we are calling on all goodwill people of this country and outside this country to support the ministry.
Under agreement, students will learn chess as both a mental sport and an educational activity supported by trained instructors, learning materials and inter-school competitions. Beyond enhancing learning skills, some experts believe chess provides numerous social benefits, including fostering communication, empathy and respect among players. The Gambia Chess Federation, established in 1976, had been offering training support and helped organize tournaments. Their efforts are already showing results. In an exclusive interview, QTV heard from Lamin Janneh, who is a chess development instructor and a treasurer of the Gambia Chess Federation.
In 2024, we were able to sign an MOU with the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education after doing our first national sensitization and training of teachers and students. Since then, we have been going to the schools, training teachers and students.
In 2024, Aziz Matthew Luke won the Under-17 gold medal at the African Schools Chess Championship in Ghana, which qualified him to take part in the 2025 FIDE World School Championships in Serbia in March of this year. Across the country, over 40 chess clubs are now active. One of the most impactful is the Kanuforo Chess Club, led by instructor Keba Sala, who is using the game to transform young lives.
How many people see draft and Ludo and all those games as a waste of time, but I think these are games that we should nurture. And also, it is not a game that will derail anybody from your professional career. We all have our professional careers that we do.
By integrating chess into the school system, the Gambia is not just creating better students, but better thinkers and strategists. A simple game with powerful potential. Chess is now part of the national education strategy, changing narratives one move at a time. Osman Jatta, QTV News.
Coming up next, we have international news. At a United Nations Security Council meeting on Thursday, Sierra Leone's permanent representative to the UN, Ambassador Michael Imran Kanu, delivered a statement on behalf of the A3+ nations. The joint message expressed serious concern over the growing insecurity, political instability, and humanitarian crises affecting West Africa and the Sahel again.
The worsening political instability, severe climate impacts, famine, and the rising number of displaced persons have created an increasingly troubling situation in West Africa and the Sahel. Delivering a joint statement at the latest United Nations Security Council meeting on behalf of countries including Guyana, Somalia, and Sierra Leone, Ambassador Michael Imran Kanu called for inclusive peace-building efforts to ensure long-term stability and resilience in the region.
We are deeply saddened by the tragic helicopter disaster in Ghana. At this difficult time, we offer our heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families and to the government and people of Ghana. Mr. President, we are witnessing a surge in terrorist and extremist violence, unprecedented in scale, intensity, and sophistication, perpetrated by the so-called Jamaat Nusrat al-Islam wal Muslimi, Janneh, the Islamic State in the Greater Sahel, and the Islamic State West Africa province. This has led to a disturbing rise in civilian casualties, disproportionately affecting women and children, It is clear that the community-led and inclusive peace-building effort will be essential to long-term stability.
According to the latest report from the UN Office for West Africa and the Sahel UNOWAS, while there has been some counter-terrorism successes in parts of the central Sahel, the broader security landscape remains extremely fragile. In northeast Nigeria, for example, armed groups are increasingly using advanced weaponry, including drones and anti-aircraft systems. In response, the group of A3+ countries stressed the importance of strengthening diplomatic efforts and rebuilding political trust across the region. They also commended ECOWAS for its continued work in promoting peace, stability and development. Ambassador Kanu further elaborated.
The A3+ commends the effort of ECOWAS and the AES countries to continue constructive dialogue. These efforts are vital to safeguarding the achievement of regional integration and the interests of West African people. We further welcome the deepening engagement between the African Union and ECOWAS on security cooperation and political dialogue in the region.
Amid ongoing political crisis and deteriorating humanitarian conditions driven by violence, displacement and climate change, the group called for urgent international intervention and warned against inaction.
The worsening humanitarian conditions, large-scale displacement, and escalating tensions among communities present a grave threat to regional stability. Climate-related shocks, such as floods and drought, further compound existing vulnerabilities. The A3+ calls for urgent intervention, cautioning against inaction and the risk of allowing the humanitarian situation to fester.
Security Council members, including the UK, Pakistan, Russia and South Korea, all called for a comprehensive approach to combating terrorism and violent extremism by addressing the root causes of instability. They also urged the international community to increase training and capacity building support for local security forces. Osman Jatta, QTV News.
That brings us to the end of this news bulletin. Join us again tomorrow at 8 p.m. for another bulletin. Until then, thanks for watching.